let's talk about the Uncharted movie. Uncharted has been one of the biggest video game franchises ever and has really revolutionized the way of storytelling video games. And to me, Uncharted has always had a special place in my heart because it was one of the first video games that I really grew up with. When I hear about the Uncharted movie, you'd think that I'd be happy, right? Wrong. You are wrong if you think that I'd be happy about it. This sounds really bad. The reasons that I think that this sounds bad can be really narrowed down to three specific things. That being the cast, the story, and the fact that these games just won't make a good movie. They just won't. It's not going to happen. Starting off with the cast, I think Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake is fine. It could be worse. It could be better. Tom Holland isn't my favorite actor. I don't like his Spider-Man movies, but he was pretty okay in The Devil All the Time, and I think that if he takes elements from that role and puts it into this role, might turn out okay. Nolan North, who was the voice of Nathan Drake, is one of the greatest video game voice actors of all time, and I really think that he is the soul of Nathan Drake. And I don't think that Tom Holland can do Nathan Drake's voice even nearly as good as Nolan North can.
Ah, crap.
Nolan North's vocal inflections and the quips that he makes as Nathan Drake really make that character. He's really a everyday man, and I don't really think that Tom Holland is the everyday man that we need for a Nathan Drake role. Nolan North himself isn't even super on board with an Uncharted movie. I'm going to play a couple clips from this interview from Game News of him talking about it for you guys to see.
I'm not really privy to anything about the movie, and I'm not really involved. My opinion on all this stuff is, from what I've heard from fans, is they don't want an Uncharted movie, no matter who's the star of it. Maybe it's because it's such a cinematic experience in itself. I don't know if it's financially feasible for the studios to make this film anymore. My other opinion about this particular game is I think the emotional investment people have with Nathan Drake is so high that it'll be very difficult for them to accept somebody else. Even me, with my face as Nathan Drake. I mean, they'd recognize the voice, but I don't even know if they'd accept me.
The casting choice that really bothers me, though, Mark Wahlberg as Victor Sullivan. What? Marky Mark? I just don't understand this one at all.
What?
Mark Wahlberg was originally cast to play Nathan Drake, which I could see that more as Victor Sullivan, honestly. But this one just makes no sense to me. I know that it's a prequel. I know that it's going to be a younger Sully. But Richard McGonagall's voice is so rich and distinct as Sully, and Mark Wahlberg sounds nothing like that at all. He sounds nothing like that. Just to show you guys, I'm going to play some quotes from Sully from Uncharted, and then I'm going to play some quotes from Mark Wahlberg, just being Mark Wahlberg. But don't pay attention to anything that they're saying specifically. Just, listen to their voices.
What do you say we try this again? My friends call me Sully.
Your hair looks like a Brillo pad that I want to scrub my sack with.
Know what I love about partying with a bunch of crooks?
What's that?
Nobody cares if you smoke indoors.
No, the best protection against AIDS is to keep your Calvins on.
Ah, what a shame.
Sully!
I really can't leave you alone for a minute.
Oh, man, am I glad to see you.
How you doing, kid?
I'm your 45-year-old father, and I got a rap, and if you keep misbehaving, I'm gonna give you behind a slap.
Do they sound alike?
No.
I don't think so. Another problem with Mark Wahlberg is he plays the same character in every movie that he's in. He's the same guy. He's muscular, and he's a cool guy, right? that's not really Sully. Sully is supposed to be kind of sly and smooth talking. He's really a criminal, and that's not a vibe that I get from Mark Wahlberg. But hey, what do I know? Oh, also, just a side note. Mark Wahlberg has committed a couple of hate crimes. So that's not super cool, but you know, hey, what do I know? One day you're throwing rocks at people and yelling slurs at them, and then the next your net worth is $215 million. So clearly I don't know anything. Also, one more side note, Mark Wahlberg, 9/11 is Mark Wahlberg's fault, because he canceled his flight reservation the day before it happened, and he wasn't there to stop the terrorists. So I think we can all blame 9/11 on Mark Wahlberg.
I want to scrub my sack.
Another problem with this film is the story. IMDb says that the story is a prequel to the games, starring Holland as a younger Drake, showing us details of how he came to meet and befriend Sully. If you are familiar with the Uncharted series, you would know that in Uncharted 3, we literally get this storyline. We see the moment that a young Nathan Drake at 14 meets a younger Sully, which is what this is saying. And I'm so afraid that they're going to use this movie as a way to retcon things from the games, which would be disastrous and just so stupid in my opinion. In Uncharted 3, we see a young Nathan Drake searching a museum in Colombia trying to steal Francis Drake's ring. What he finds is Sully, who he does not know yet, who is working with the villain of the game trying to also steal the ring. When Drake finds himself cornered by one of the villain's henchmen, Sully comes to his rescue. Soon after that, he takes him under his wing as a sort of protege.
I see great things in our future, kid. Great things.
So I'd really just like to know what their plan is here, because this is already a pretty good origin story of how Nathan and Sully meet. Are they going to redo it? Are they going to show this again in the movie and take up 30 minutes of the movie to show us something that we've literally already played through in the games? I don't know. I don't like it though. Video game movies are usually not very good. They don't do well in the box office. They aren't received well by critics or fans. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know why they think that this will be any different from any other video game movie. Also, the Uncharted games are basically movies already. They're movies that you control. Nobody really plays Uncharted because the gameplay is just incredible and revolutionary. Uncharted 4, for example, takes about 15 hours to complete. So it's essentially a 15-hour movie that you control as the player. How are they going to take this same kind of storytelling and put it into a 1.5 hour to 2 hour window? How is that going to work? How is it going to be even near the same quality as what it is in the games? Alright, I have one more thing to add. The Uncharted movie has already lost 6 different directors and is now on its 7th, and the 7th director is the guy who directed Venom. So, yep. I would love to see it done well, but I don't think it's going to happen. So, yeah, I don't know. These are some of my concerns. I could be totally wrong. It could be great. I hope that it's great. I don't think that it will be, but, let me know in the comments if you think that I'm totally wrong. Leave a like if you like the video. This is my first video, so if it's shitty, that's probably why. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. I just wanted to add on to my outro real quick because I'm new to this YouTube stuff, subscribe if you want. That would be sick. Also, check out my friend's Twitch streams if you want to. My friend Jake plays a lot of different stuff. And then my friend Caleb has been playing Animal Crossing and is looking for something new to play. But if you need some new Twitch streamers to watch, go check them out. They're good guys. All right, peace.
No, the best protection against AIDS is to keep your Calvins on.